So you have you won your last record, your self-titled. You won a Grammy for that record for Best Alternative Artist. First solo female to do that in 20 years. What was that feeling like, winning a Grammy and getting that honor?
Well, it was very sweet, actually. I was unable to attend the Grammys because I was in Australia on tour, very close to a statue of Bon Scott in Fremantle. I felt like he was my good luck charm.
Sure.
Very small statue. Was he he might have been a very, very tiny man.
I didn't get a stand next to him, so I don't know.
But. We'll look that up on Wikipedia. But it was very sweet. It was 6 a.m. Australia time when things got announced, and I was on a text thread with my family, and I got a big all caps text from my mom that said, "Annie won." So it was sweet. It was really sweet.
It's such an incredible honor. Another first, you were, I believe, the first female to be ambassador for Record Store Day a couple of years ago.
That's a lot of first
I'm
females.
telling you, these are accomplishments. These are huge accomplishments.
I know, but it speaks to maybe a problem.
I would agree with that as well.
Wait a minute.
Well, I would agree that do you think it's harder to get these accomplishments because of being a female? I mean, it shouldn't, but...
Oh man, I mean, that's a whole gender studies course in college we need essays and books by Rebecca Solnit to unpack that forever.
Right.
But I can do it in a soundbite. No, I'm just kidding.
No need. You've also recently tackled film.
I tackled it. That's exactly what I did. I made a short horror film called The Birthday Party that I like to describe as Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf meets Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes, very good. In a panda suit.
It's not scary. I would say it's a black comedy.
Well, it's funny. I say that because people have actually taken it. Now, how do you feel about the people who have taken it and then added a laugh track to it?
I didn't know that
really?
existed.
It does.
Oh my God, I'm so glad.
And then they've added Seinfeld music.
Are you serious?
Seriously, they've turned it into a sitcom, and it works because it's as you said, it's not that scary. But I think, honestly, I think it's the music that you added in what you did originally that actually creates the horror element to it.
Well, yeah, that and a lot of like sound effects.
Right.
Jump scare sound effects. Horror movies are all about the sound effects.
I did not plan to say this, but when I first saw Jaws, I was at a theater and it was so loud. If you ever watch that first scene without sound, it's not very scary.
Isn't that scary?
No, not at all.
It's just like, I've seen that at Universal Studios.
Right. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But you also fronted Nirvana for a song. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You've accomplished so much. Fronted Nirvana for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. What was that? What was that like?
That, I will say, incredible honor, very bittersweet, because I, like everyone on the planet Earth, wishes that Kurt was alive doing that. So on the one hand, I was so thrilled to be asked by those guys. I mean, I have nothing but respect for Dave and Chris and the whole legacy, and it changed my life. But on the other hand, it's a little hard to be completely celebratory about something like that.
But it is an honor, and it was cool on their part to go, let's go not find somebody who sounds like Kurt and whatnot, but we'll find another comparable artist who can step in that moment. So it was awesome.
Thanks.
And then speaking of people who have passed, I know that David Bowie was a big inspiration to you, and you have said that you've listened to a Bowie song every day for inspiration. How hard was it when he passed away last year?
Well, let me preface it by saying that I hesitate to make the death of one of the greatest artists of the 20th century about me. Sure. But I will say that Bowie was the best. I mean, he's the best that we had, I think. And it was the first time in my life that I cried for somebody I didn't know.
Yeah, it affected me too. And if you had told me the week before David Bowie's going to die, I'm like, well, that's going to be tragic. But you don't know how it's going to affect you until it happens, and then days on end. You're going like, wow, I just feel like the world is different.
Yeah. It was a palpable sense of mourning, I think. Everybody I knew.
What things do you think he has contributed to your career?
I mean, my favorite thing about Bowie was that he lived at the nexus of far out art and pop music. And truly nothing was off limits. And there's a specific feeling that I get listening to Bowie that is like mania, anger, melancholy, ecstasy, kind of all wrapped into one. That kind of feeling like you want your body to get outside of your skin.
Right. That
nothing else, no other music does for me. So Bowie's a very specific drug.
He's super powerful. I mean, he turned his death into performance art, which was incredible.
And he made one of his best records at 68, 69.
Yeah. Incredible.